All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scripture. Salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And this is just going to be a quick prophecy update, man. I actually just came across this article from RT News, and it says Russia makes defensive missiles combat ready. Okay, so these war drums are beating, man. All right, the prophecies that Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, has put down and has orchestrated for these last days is coming to pass, man. Okay, the war drums are beating. All right, you had the incident with Iran. The U.S. or Israel, U.S. and Israel are obviously behind them killing another high commanding officer in Iran, in the Iranian, who are the Persians, military. All right, right after they killed the nuclear scientists, they assassinated another commander. So these war drums are beating, man. Okay, and here it says Russia makes defensive missiles combat ready in Far East as tensions rise after last week's border incursion by U.S. Navy. All right, let me get this scripture real quick. Let's get this word incursion real quick. Web search. Incursion, an invasion or attack, especially a sudden or brief one. Attack on, assault on, raid on, invasion of, storming of, overrunning of, blitz on, push into, thrust into. And that reminds me of the scripture. I think it's in Habakkuk. Let's get it real quick. Neither keepeth at home. Because this devil doesn't keep his ass at home, man. He's always in everybody else's land. And so this is going to push these other nations into what? Into war mode. Just as you seen the article stated. Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's just start at 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So what? The Habakkuk was he was through the Spirit was led to write these visions down for us to see in these last days, so that when we read it, we can run and teach it. Okay, that's why the apostles always they've been going into with how we need to prophesy, because these visions are written down for us to run. As we read them, we're supposed to prophesy. We're supposed to tell, break them down. All right, filter this reality through these scriptures and through these prophecies, and regurgitate it back out in truth and in sincerity. All right, and with boldness, because it's the truth. All right, this is the Bible that everybody has in their house. All right, our people have their grandmothers have it on the top mantle, over the fireplace, on the side table, dusty. This is the book that everybody has been claiming, all right, for hundreds of years, especially in these last 100 of years, claiming that they know. Okay. All right, people like to quote scriptures, but we, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, have the Spirit to understand them thoroughly. So they're written down for us to run as we read it, like it says, Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. We're living in that appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And that's what we have, this faith. All right, our belief, our hope, all right, and our diligence pushing his word. That's all we have. And Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua Ratazah, we're given mercy from that, man. We're saved. And Lord willing, the Most High gives us a spirit to endure through whatever is coming, man. Because it's coming. These war drums are beating. Okay. Verse 5. Yeah, also, here's the point. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. This man is always in everybody else's territory. always in everybody else's country. What is he doing? Plotting to establish his dominance over the resources, like this devil always does. John, the 10th chapter, tells you that the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. You see? That's what's taking place. And once again, let's go back to it, the article. Russia makes defensive missiles combat ready in Far East as tensions rise after last week's border incursion by the U.S. Navy. This man neither keepeth at home. It says, neither keepeth at home who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. So this man is not going to stop. That's why Yahweh Shem Shai is about to put the spirit on these other nations to send him some blows back. And then Yahweh Shai is going to come with the chariots and give him the final blow, all right, which is the destruction, all right, of his beloved kingdom, America, Babylon the Great. That's in the scriptures. The great whore, all right, you can read about that in Revelations, the 18th chapter. Read about all the wickedness and evil and a detailed description of the things that this place consists of, man. In Revelations, the 18th chapter, man. It says Habakkuk 2 and 5, yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's why you have all these different types of nations here, man. It's what do they call America? The great melting pot. All right, because this man has heaped to himself all people and all nations. Okay. All right, as well as spiritually giving these people giving these people this wine to drink across the world, these other countries. You know, they're trying to follow his ideologies. But in the end of this, they're gonna rise up against you. Habakkuk 2 and 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That's talking about the debt. You go into that word clay, it's ibatyat in the Hebrew, which means debt. Look at the debt clock for America. Nothing but is mathematically impossible to get for this man to get himself out of debt, which is why he's gonna go to war. All right, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. And that word booties is spoil. That's what it goes back to. A reward prizes, all right, taking of possessions. Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. And that's this devil, man. Now, what you're doing is you're picking and poking at the bear, and the Lord's going to put a spirit, right, like it tells you in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, Lord, when I can get it, that the Russians are going to think an evil thought, and that's going to be your ass. They're going to actually go to war with you if you keep up these incursions. All right. Moscow has ordered an advanced air defense system to be readied for action on the remote Kuril Islands in the Sea of Japan, just days after claiming to have intercepted a U.S. warship. There he is. There he goes. Not keeping it home, always in somebody else's territory. Claiming to have intercepted a U.S. warship that sailed into Russian waters in the region. All right. Now, I'm not going to go too deep in it, and you can just get through the spirit what this man is about and how these other nations are getting fed up with it, man. Okay, let's get Ezekiel 38. And I don't want to make it too long. Ezekiel chapter 38 and 1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And that is where Russia is situated in this present time. All right, and the Lord is talking about them. It's talking about this land, and they're currently in this land in the present time. It says, and say, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, the number one. Verse 5, Persia, those are the Iranians. All right. And it's not a coincidence that the U.S. just did what they did to Iran. These prophecies are being fulfilled, man. Next, we're just waiting for this vaccine and this mark of the beast, and then everything, like Apostle Dahar says, is going to go by real fast. Ezekiel 38:5, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Torgamah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. That's why they're readying these. They're making these missiles and these missile defense systems combat ready now. It says, and that's the scripture being fulfilled. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. It says, thou shalt ascend. This is what Russia is about to get ready to do. Thou shalt ascend, and all the nations that are with them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. They're about to come like a storm to this place, man. All right. This is the virgin daughter of Babylon, and is described as that because what? They've never had war on this soil. Destruction has never came to these people over here, these wicked, evil Edomites and all our wicked of our people and all the wicked nations and stuff over here, man. All this evil. That's about to end. It says, and thou shalt go up, and thou shalt say, I will go up. Slakia. Ezekiel 38:9, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. Thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind. The Lord, and the scripture says that the Lord is in control of the minds of the kings, and believe in Proverbs, the 21st chapter. So that's what he's doing. He's having the angels maneuver these kings spiritually through their mind. It says, thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. And that's what's about to take place. We're getting closer. That's why it says that the second woe has passed, but the third woe cometh quickly, man. All right. World War III is right around the corner. Lord willing, knows edifying call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone for teaching and ruling one of the scriptures. Salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. Shalom. Abad Babal.